Wazi kabisa, hiyo song inaitwa Shika Simu. Very good vibes from Zege De Longer and the Fusion Music Star. Thank you for joining us for yet another classic episode of the Weekend Edition. Karibu sana maze. I'm your host Dr. Kingori. Another cocktail episode. This one is 3 guests for a special topic. One of our guests is a very good example to journalism students. Maze, she did not wait to clear school to attempt a job or to be employed. She started her own production on YouTube and is now one of the leading content creators. The girl is in the house. Let's hear it for Mungai Eve. Asante sana. We also have in studio another lady doing the most in the field of finance. She runs a very active and informative YouTube channel on money matters. One of the youngest personal finance coaches in the country, Susan Wanjiku, is in the house. Asante sana. Last but not least, our other guest is here for the second time, the winner of the ultimate comic competition and a very funny businessman. Sami Kioko is in the house. Wazi. Sami Kioko has a very interesting story about what $1 million shillings did to him. You can't wait to hear that. You can already guess what the topic on the show tonight is, and if you can't guess, I guarantee you it's gonna be lit. We'll be talking to our guest in a bit, but first, so much to talk about. Another Kemsa heist is said to have gone down. It is reported that they stole over 900,000 mosquito nets and over 1 million condoms. You must read a pattern here, Mazi. First, it was masks that disappeared. Now, mosquito nets and condoms. Someone at Kemsa is overprotected. Think about it. You cannot get this person. The government can't get him. The president alipeana 21 days. Hakuna mtu alishikwa. COVID can't get them. Wako na masks za kutoka last year. Malaria can't touch him. Ako na hizo over 900,000 mosquito nets and with over 1 million condoms. He will definitely see you coming. Now, do you see why no one has ever been arrested for any scandal at Kemsa? They steal protection. Now, this Kemsa scandal comes just when I thought we are improving as a country on matters corruption. As this week, the Daily Nation carried a report that last year, civil servants stole 227 million shillings only. To make this figure sound even lesser, civil servants stole just under $2 million. That's progress, if you ask me. I don't know about you, but for the first time, I'm hearing about us losing money as a country, and it's not in billions. Alafu manze Kemsa ndio hiyo. In other news, KCSE exams have started across the country with a few cases of malpractice. But what stood out for me is this case of a son who was caught sitting the exams for his father.
Huyu mwanafunzi ambaye alishikwa anaitwa Angwenyi Brian Nyakeri. Miaka yake ni 20 na ni third year student pale Kisii University.
This is weird, Mazi. Cheating on your father's behalf. Think about this for a minute. What if he didn't get caught? Ati afanye mtihani mpaka ishe alafu aanguke. Can you imagine living with that for the rest of your life? Ati wewe ndio uliangusha budako. Think about it. Hey, Kemani. Unajua kama sio yeye ningekuwa lawyer. Alafu chini ya maji unajua pia uweze tumia phrase kama like father like son. I hope he has a better defense than our politicians. But have you noticed that Kenyan politicians hujitoa kwa ngori kwa kutaja ngori ingine, like ukitajwa na makosa unajitetea na makosa ingine. Like they always defend themselves with a lesser crime. Listen to Sonko's response to the US government travel ban on his family.
I'm facing charges of money laundering and not giving out tenders to any of my proxies or my family.
Maze, mimi sina kesi ya kupeana tenda, kesi yangu ni ya money laundering. And in other news, shortly after. Is it shortly after or shortly before? It's shortly before former President US Barack Obama tested positive for COVID-19. Kenya's Minister of Health this week announced that it's no longer mandatory to wear masks in public anymore. Following this, Daily Nation carried a report that even with the announcement, some Kenyans insisted on keeping their mask on. Wengine wakasema privacy, au watu wengine wakasema hao ni watu wa madeni, wengine wakasema ati inaitwaje, they just want to keep safe. But one particular reason stood out for me. A lady said that she will keep wearing a mask on because it protects her from bad breath from other people. Interestingly, bad breath is one of the main reasons most people couldn't wait for masks to be dropped. Some people couldn't stand themselves inside a mask. It was suicide. It was more dangerous than COVID. Why do you think most people chose not to wear a mask? Mpaka hata afadhali apigwe na polisi. Also, DP Ruto's son was absent at the UDA National Delegates Conference, where his father was being endorsed to run for the country's top job. But at least he was absent with an apology.
John Ruto yuko hapo, mpigeni makofi. Huyo anaitwa Shalin Ruto yuko hapo, asante. I apologize, my son Nick did not get permission from his place of work. He works in a law firm, lakini hakupata permission, ni sawa tu. Atakuja siku nyingine.
We have a special dedication to discuss that employer mwenye alinyima mtoto wa deputy president ruhusa ya kwenda kuona budaki akipewa endorsement ya kuwa president. In the meantime, the topic on our show tonight is why this is one of my favorite memes on the internet. Stupid things people do when they get paid. We have a perfect combination of guests for this conversation. Susan Wanjiko, Mungai Eve, and Sami Kioko are joining us on the other end of this short commercial break. See you guys in a bit. Welcome back to the weekend edition. Asante sana for joining us. Show nzito kama kawaida hii leo. Kwanza tuko na magest watatu na they are all perfect for this conversation. Kwanza tuko na Susan Wanjiko. Susan Wanjiko is a personal finance coach, and I wonder ni pesa ngapi mtu akuwe nayo mpaka unaweza funza watu wengine vile watu yao.
No, funzato about money, it's not about how much money you have. Okay. It is about how well you manage what you have.
So what you mean is, from a side conversation, mtu akona 20k ama mtu ana 20k per month anaweza kuwa mdosi kuliko mtu ana $500,000 per month.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Alafu tuko na Sami Kioko. Sami Kioko is one of our favorite comedians. Sitaki kukuwa selfish niseme is one of our favorite comedians. I like his thought process. It's the second time on the show. Na last time mlimpenda sana. Sami ni aje?
Poa sana.
Tumekuseti na conversation ya do kwa sababu the first time I actually called you about this ilikuwa wewe win do Ultimate Comics, ndio? Umetoka mtaani ukagongwa, ilikuwa mita moja. Ilikufanyia nini hiyo pesa? Kuna kitu pesa hufanyia mtu, ile kitu ya psychology of money. Mtu umetoka mtaani, mtaa yako ni
nilikuwa naishi Mathare.
Ulikuwa unaishi Mathare. Mtu akagonga kijana wa Mathare na 1 million.
Na mita moja.
Ilikufanyia nini?
Ilinishtua.
Ilikuaibisha kidogo.
Unajua kama umegrogeto pia lazima uko na ile kichwa ngumu ya Mr. Mbui mambo ya do. Lakini do ilinishtua sana, but ilinichange. Ilinichange a lot sana.
Haya, wazi. We'll get to talk more about that. Alafu, we also have Mungai Eve. Na I couldn't wait to have her on the show kwa sababu yeye kwa example yangu. I can't imagine niliaipatia mzazi wa mtu example ya Mungai Eve when it came kupatia inaitwaje, mtu wangu amefanya mass media, mass communication. Mungai Eve ni example ya kitu alikuwa anasomea, she started doing it and it's paying off. Karibu sana Eve.
Thank you.
Lazima ikuwe specific, Mungai Eve, not Eve Mungai, not Eve, not Mungai.
Yeah, it's a brand, so it's Mungai Eve, and I also love it that way. I have to celebrate my dad.
Yes. Yeah. Sawa. Congratulations. Wewe pia umekutana na pesa mali from Muranga. Kuna mali you bumped into money. Sindio?
Yeah.
It shows now. It shows. Never met you before, but someone can see money. Sindio? Sindio? Pesa hapana sichachishi. Pesa imai kufanya ile kitu.
Haijanishtua. Kioko amesoma yake ilimshtua, but haijanishtua. Yeah.
You cannot be employed. Hauwezi kubali kuandikwa job.
Siwezi kubali.
watu huku nje wanatafuta job. Kwa nini huwezi kubali kuandikwa job?
First of all, because I know my worth. Secondly, because I have so many goals zenye na feel if I get employed, probably I'll die kama sijazi accomplish. And being employed is not my calling. You know, being employed to some people, it's something that, yani that's their thing. Kuna mtu akifanya job ya kuajiriwa anaifanya vizuri sana. May feel like God hakuwa niajiriwe because I'm not born for that.
At only 21, Mungai hivi anasema akiandikwa job atakufa. Na Maze. How did you find yourself in that position?
Growing up, I thought I would finish high school, ningie kampuni malize vizuri, nitafute job NTV, nipate, nikuwe news anchor. You know, it's always that thought yenye tunakuanga nayo kama watoto wenye tunataka kufanya journalism and mass communication. And you know what, it never happened. I went to college in my first semester. I didn't finish actually. Corona came. I went back home, and then in the middle, that's when YouTube happened, and I'm here right now.
Okay. But unaogopa kusota?
Siogopi kusota because siezi sota. That's why we have Susan here.
Wow.
Wow.
Bloggers heard you on the first statement, lakini uko wakuta on the second. Now, in your experience, what is the one unique thing you may learn about to do?
Pesa bana, pesa ni mbaya. Hiyo tu ni kitu. Hata nikwambie Kingoro, una venye mimi nilishika mita, ndio ujue pesa ni mbaya. Mimi nilikuwa nikiishi Mathare hiyo time. Umesota, umeparara huko tu. Mimi sikuwa napigiwa simu na wasee. Nilikuwa napigwa, rafiki yangu akinipigia ni once na while, ni aje Sami uko fiti? Nilikuwa nakujulia hali. Ni aje Sami uko poa? Nimeona umenyamaza sana, nikaona nikuvutie. So wanadhani hata depression inaweza kuua. But venye nilishika do, Kingori. Simu yangu ilikuwa inapigwa mpaka saa 6 ya usiku. Nasikia ni aje mimi tulikuwa tunasoma na baba yako. Sijui nimeumwa na nyoka. Wao unashangaa hizo siku zote leo ndio ameumwa na nyoka. Wakati nimepata do. So do kuja na vitu mob, alafu do ukiwa na do mimi sijui kama ni mimi peke yangu, but nilila. Unajua ukipata tu do unakuanga generous for nothing. Ukisikia msichana anaitwa stingy, huyu hana kitu. Watu wase wako na do proper wanakuanga wa generous. Unless huyo msee alilan kusota. Jukaa mimi nililan. Jukaa mimi unajua mimi nimeishi phase 3. Mimi kuna time sikuwa na kitu ile. Yani ni noma. Ukisikia ni noma ni noma.
Umeona moto.
Ai. Moto maji ya namu. Nimeishi mahali sasa niko na do.
Yes.
Si ati ile niko fiti tu. Alafu nikatoka kuwa fiti nikarudi chini, alafu nikarudi pale sasa.
Yes.
So sasa najua hizo face zote. So ndio maana sasa ndio hata msea kule 200 yangu lazima niandikie proposal. Uniambie mbona unaikula? Uko na reason gani ya kukupatia hiyo?
Sawa. Susan, a few things Kioko has said. Number 1, what is that thing about money yenyewe ukiwa nayo hata kama hujatangaza mavitu si utokea. Ndio wase ujoke ati sijui nani amemeza slasher ati sijui tu madu. What is it about money that happens?
Yeah, money is attractive. So definitely, and which brings me to what we were talking about earlier on, the psychology of money, and most importantly, your own emotional intelligence when it comes to money. Kuna kitu amesema powerful. Amesema because of his offices go through, kuna time alikuwa hana, then kuna time sasa akapata alafu akarudi hapo chini. So what did that teach him? Money comes and money can go, right?
Yes.
So because of that accumulated wisdom, sai 200 yake lazima umwandikie nini? Proposal. You understand? So the way you think and behave about money has a lot to do with what you've experienced. Like I was telling you earlier, I didn't come from money at all. At all. What I have is because of what I've put in, the work that I have done. Now, how has that affected my money personality? Because kuna kitu kama ni personalities. Kuna wase wanaitwa spenders. Wase hata senye hawana trust, watapata njia ya kupata ndio waspend. That's a money personality. Na hiyo ni kitu watu wengi struggle. Watu kama kwa budget in class yangu, tunasoma na bado ananiambia Coach Susan, I still when we come end month review, ananiambia mi bado nilingia to Instagram nikaba hizo skincare. Mi bado, it's a personality. You have a spending personality. There are some people like me. Personally, my money personality, I'm a hoarder. And my hoarding money comes from the fact that I didn't have money growing up. You understand? So for me, one of the things nili struggle nazo hata nikianza kupata do, because I love investing. I loved learning about investing, but nilikuwa naogopa kuinvest. Reason ya kuogopa kuinvest bado niyo kuogopa umaskini, because uko ile ya ido kidogo niko nayo, so ananiambia ni invest, je nikipoteza. So seti, every personality has disadvantages and advantages. Our spenders utapata, they even take the most risks, and we all know sometimes with money, the higher the risk, the higher the return. Utapata mseta take risk kwa forex, ama take risk kwa biz. Some we win, others we fail, but utawin. A holder like myself, I am risk averse completely. So nataka tu do yangu ikae wapi, kwa bank ama kwa M-Pesa mali naiona. Opportunities zitakam zikinipita, but maybe I'm not wasteful. You understand? There are some people who are warriors. That's another money personality. All this is Googleable information. A warrior, umse alalangi. Ukifikiria tu do inakustress. Ukifikiria mali utatoa do itakustress. Ukipata do pia inakustress. Like you generally worry about money.
So one of the things that stand out from that is you must understand your relationship with money.
Correct. You must understand your relationship with money.
And number 2, a hoarder is a, correct me?
A hoarder is generally
stingy.
Sasa by then naweza taka kudisagree na Sami. Sami amesema ati wase stingy saa zingine wananga kakitu. Mimi nimekam kurealize kitu. I think stinginess generally unajua ni opinion ya wase, right? So I personally think people would say I'm stingy because mimi kabla pesa itoke kwa mfuko, wacha yeye hata afadhali ni 200, mimi hata 50 bob, and I track every single coin I spend.
I think that's how stingy.
Well, I don't mind the word stingy, and I think that's among sijui kama umesikia story. Juzi nime have 2 very important conversations kwa my Instagram. One conversation ilikuwa about black tax, and I'm sure we've all experienced that. When you get a job and inabidi like yani salo yako yote ka half inarudi wapi? Home. Au manko wameumwa na nyoka, you know, and for me, I always tell people, I would rather be deemed as stingy, right, than kazi yangu ni kupeana pesa then mi nabaki in debt. And my strong belief is this: you can't help someone if you've not helped yourself, right?
Yes.
So that's why I'm happy. I don't mind the word stingy, and I feel like a lot of Kenyans, especially who are dealing with black tax, you shouldn't mind to be called stingy because you're putting in the hours, you're doing the work.
It's okay.
It's okay. It's okay. It should be okay for you. No is a complete statement. If you cannot afford it, just say, Namushna nikiambia clients wangu hivi, there's no shame in saying you cannot afford something.
Hauna guilt.
Na sina guilt, na si feel anything. Because the truth of the matter, Kingori, ni sina.
Sina ama sikupei.
It can be either sina ama sikupei. Listen, there's maybe 2 major reasons why people are broke. You know, I can be broke because I've spent all my money. And I can be broke because I'm on top of my business. I'm investing. I'm paying off my debt. I'm planning for my future. For whatever reason, I am broke. And that's why I challenge people to think, why are you broke?
Wewe, your experience na do, sindio? How do you deal, like before hata chenye amesema, have you had experiences zenye unahave kunyima mse do, ama mse anakuomba do, jua na jua uko nayo?
Yeah, I've had so many, and actually I think probably my past friends are now my worst enemies, cause anakuomba do, anafeel wezi kosa. What I usually tell people is, maybe that I have text telling someone,